Hey ladies, today I'm going to be reviewing Life. It's a 2017 movie starring Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson. First time I saw this. The first time I saw this, I saw the previews not long after, what was that? Uh, Deadpool. So, it was Ryan Reynolds' first movie that I saw that I know of after Deadpool. Deadpool was so good. I was just like, oh, I gotta give this a chance. So I watched it. The ending's pretty dark, but great movie nonetheless. It's probably, I don't know, I would almost say like my favorite like movie where they're on a spaceship and trying to get back home sort of deal, like Alien or Event Horizon, like movies like that. Like a how would you say that? Like a small space movie in a ship, sort of movie, if that makes sense. Okay, the movie is basically about they find this creature from space and it's a lot more like powerful and intelligent than they thought it would be, or something like that would be, and it grows exponentially throughout the movie. Any time that it gets any sort of like, I almost want to say liquid, because it consumed this fluid, and I mean, you would think that would be toxic, and it was able to survive uh, and grow from consuming this, fluid. What else can I say about it? Yeah, just really powerful. They try to burn it, and I guess maybe the where it came from, it was like hot. Maybe they could have tried to freeze it. I don't know. But yeah, so it's just like this indestructible creature that they run into on their space station, and it just becomes like survival of the fittest. One thing I can say about a movie like this is I remember the first time I was watching, I was like, man, this creature is like, a real like asshole, you know what I mean? But, when you see it like a second and third time, you're like, hey, this creature's just trying to survive. And I guess to an extent, there's always going to be like a survival of the fittest when you get into a situation like that. Uh, what else can I say? Some of my favorite scenes. The creature is called Calvin, and seeing it grow and all of its capabilities, it's kind of cool to see. When you've seen movies like once again Alien, and basically just any movie to where like there's a creature and you don't really know too much about it. And I mean, we see a lot of the creature Calvin's capabilities, but we don't see everything. I would like to see how it moves like on Earth. It basically flies and um, like pushes itself around the space station, and for a short period it's outside of the spaceship and is still able to like maneuver around. I would like to see how it deals with like the Earth's gravity, uh, and just like the ending of the movie where Calvin, he's with Jake Gyllenhaal's character inside uh, his escape pod, and I'm not for sure what he's doing to him uh, when they're still in space, about to hit like the Earth's atmosphere. Calvin, he steers Jake Gyllenhaal's character. Jake Gyllenhaal is wanting to go to deep space, but Calvin um, is able to like take Jake Gyllenhaal's hand off the steering wheel, and then he ends up going to Earth. But his plan was to go to deep space. And while they're heading to Earth, he peels back Jake Gyllenhaal's character's helmet and exposes Jake Gyllenhaal's face, and then he just kind of like growls at him. Very interesting scene. A lot of the things that Calvin does, it makes you wonder like how smart he actually is. Um, they're keeping him in this like tank to keep him from escaping earlier in the movie before he really evolves. And while he's in that tank, he plays dead, it seems like, and then he's able to like get out of the cage. Now, I've seen like documentaries on like what's a smart animal? Honey badgers. And like honey badgers, they're able to do anything it takes to like get out of like enclosures. So I mean, just the way he got out, it shows like how smart he was. I almost wonder if he had any kind of like a like psychic ability, like he could almost like read minds or something like that. You know, the possibilities are endless, but it just kind of made me curious about like that like aspect of Calvin, because you know, uh, given like how like small he was in the beginning, it's like how intelligent could a creature that small actually be? And I guess he'd been laying dormant for potentially millions of years, possibly even billions of years. And to evolve that quickly just like really makes you wonder. Really a very fascinating creature. I would almost like to see like a movie of Calvin, like where he's from when he was like in his prime. I'm assuming he was from Mars. Could have been somewhere else. You never know. He could have made his way to Mars and then just completely exhausted all the resources. I see him like at the end of the Life movie. I almost see him getting in like an ocean and then just becoming like a kaiju, and then having the ability to just like completely exhaust our resources and having to almost like start over and just lay dormant again. Yeah, maybe he can keep his like past like memories, and that's why he's like so smart, because we don't know how old this thing is. And it potentially could be some sort of like a god, or like a similar to the creature in like Nope, and I'll review that pretty soon too. Uh, what else can I say about this movie? Yeah, I love all the actors. Jake Gyllenhaal seems like every movie he's in, even if I don't necessarily like the premise of the movie, he always seems to make movies better. I didn't really like his character in this, but it was a good movie. I mean, Ryan Reynolds. I saw this. Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, I saw this article and it was saying that he's going to have Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, in Deadpool Part Two, which I mean, I'm sorry, Part Three, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, this is one of my favorite horror movies, mainly because of the creature Calvin. Couldn't have been any cooler. when I think about movies like this, what's something that came out recently? Nope. Uh, there was another where you couldn't make noise. What was that? I keep wanting to call it Dead Silence, but I know that's not it. Oh, Quiet Place. You know, this Quiet Place, there's been some really good like alien movies of late. Sometimes I think back of like, when I was a kid, we had like Predator, the alien movies, they were kind of like, winding down, like Alien Resurrection. Uh, but yeah, it's a good time for horror movies and like alien horror movies. Prey was really good. Anyway, that's enough babbling. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Over and out.